Dorothea Lange was born on May 26, 1895 in Hoboken, New Jersey. Lange later studied photography at Columbia University, where she was taught by Clarence H. White. In 1920, she married the noted Western painter Maynard Dixon, and at the beginning of the Great Depression, her noted works led to her employment with the Farm Security Administration. In 1935, she divorced with Dixon and married Paul S. Taylor, a professor at UC Berkeley. For the next 5 years, Lange and Taylor documented the exploitation of sharecroppers, migrant workers, and displaced families. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, she photographically recorded the forced evacuation of Japanese Americans to relocation camps. In 1952, Lange co-founded the photographic magazine Aperture with Perkle Jones and Ansel Adams. At the age of 7, she caught polio, which made her walk with a limp for the rest of her life. Peers and even family felt ashamed to be around her. I think it perhaps was the most important thing that happened to me. It formed me, guided me, instructed me, helped me, and humiliated me. All those things at once. I've never gotten over it, and I am aware of the force and power of it, were the words of Lange herself about polio. These pictures taken by Dorothea Lange display one of her most used techniques. A group of weary-looking families, sharecroppers, or migrant workers traveling on a single lonely road with no vegetation in sight. The perpetuous roads on which the travelers are treading on almost has no visible point where it comes to an end, symbolizing society's helpless efforts into leading the nation out of depression, no matter how hard they try. In many of the photos, the area of the sky closest to the viewers also has almost no clouds, but as the sky progresses, the clouds seem to blend into one large fog-like smoke, foreshadowing hardship to come. In Dorothea Lange's Migrant Mother, a mother holds a baby in one of her arms as two of her other children lean inwards towards their mother. However, the baby seems to be radiating most of the light in this picture, thus symbolizing a driving force for the mother to strive for survival. In this portrait, the mother's face possesses more of a fierce, determined look rather than a hopeless, weary frown. By having lighting placed on both the mother and the child, they now share an equal passion for searching harder for overcoming the depression's hardships, also displayed by the expressions of their face. It points out that society should not lose its hope, but search for new sources of determination. As portrayed in these frames, Lange seems to make several biblical connections by alluding infants to baby Jesus. Just as the Holy Infant brought salvation for his nation, the infants and children add a sense of hope and optimism to the photos, as well as innocence and naivety. While documenting Japanese internment camps, Lange was praised by many professionals for her captivating photos that distinctly showed the racial separations and unities during this time period. Lange's works also showed the social distinctions between all the classes. For example, in this photo, the white car symbolizes high society, while the sold grocery store symbolizes the lower society. The transparency of the white car's window symbolizes how the lower classes were able to see the privileges of the rich, but the rich couldn't see the hardships of the poor, symbolized by the black windows of the store. On October 1965, Dorothea Lange died of cancer at the age of 70. Although the great photographer herself is deceased, her legacy lives on in numerous books, magazines, museums, and as well as the California Hall of Fame. Lange's photos will forever be remembered as one of the best in U.S. history for its depth, thoughtfulness, simplicity, character, and meaning. Dorothea Lange has taught many what it truly means to overcome obstacles and understand the price of determination it takes for a community to conquer hardships.